everyone. Welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN, and today we are doing a Saggies June reading. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. We're going to do a nice general spread, then we're going to go into love, and then we're going to go into career and finance, and then lastly end with some advice from my oracle deck. So let's get started. What's going on with Sagittarius for these last few days of June? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm using the Mermaid Tarot deck as the main deck today, and the Modern Spellcasters Tarot deck for the clarifier. So let's see, Sagittarius, what's going on? Oh, okay. I'll take that one too. Let's see if one more wants to come out. I'll take that one. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Sagittarius, I'm laughing because, this just is, what's about to come up is just like kind of like an explanation for like this energy that you have, and like kind of why you might be feeling a little, your head's kind of spinning. But the first card that came out was the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, this is a great card. It's just you're bursting with these ideas, bursting with this knowledge, bursting with this inspiration. You're conceptualizing things, you're broadening your knowledge, you're broadening your wisdom. You want to indulge in more experiences, learn new things, and that's just very Sagittarian, right? But right after that, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So, I feel like part of this energy and this kind of influx of inspiration is also coming from, maybe a place of nostalgia, or even, your past, something that maybe happened in your childhood as well. And that, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I also feel like there might be some maybe not so great emotions attached to that as well. It might bring up some feelings, some pain, some discomfort that you aren't necessarily prepared for or weren't expecting, right? We are in Cancer season. So emotions, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, so our emotions, we're really going to be feeling them. They're going to fluctuate. We're also in, an eclipse season, and we just had a full moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn is Cancer's opposite. So, there's a lot of things coming up, or that can come up, especially in regards to childhood, especially in regards to, the things that you used to engage in during your childhood, and also your emotional lessons and emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? Structure, I guess, right? Like in our childhood, that's where we learn how to deal or how not to deal with our emotions and other people's emotions and things like that. So I will say, like, because you're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is a planet of expansion, you want to be careful with putting too much on your plate, getting in over your head, because conceptually things feel great, it's amazing, you can see it clearly, you see how everything can kind of unfold. and that's beautiful and it's inspiring. But you know, for things to, come to fruition, that takes time. There's a lot of moving parts involved, a lot of steps that need to be taken. And sometimes, Sagittarius, because of how inspired you get by expanding your knowledge and spreading, the knowledge and optimism and all of that, you sometimes kind of forget about details. Sometimes you forget about the moving parts involved to actually make this a thing, or to actually, bring something into fruition, or to even just really apply something. That's what wisdom is, knowledge applied, right? So you don't keep doing the same things over and over, or making the same mistakes, getting caught in unproductive cycles. So, with the Ace of Swords here in reverse right after that, I feel like that might happen, where now things are kind of like foggy or overwhelming, and it's hard to really focus. And, because of the influx of inspiration, the influx of knowledge, the want to keep going and keep exploring, sometimes that can also be overwhelming. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Like, you have to understand what it takes to bring something into fruition, right? Or not even that you have to understand, because you understand, but you have to remember that. And part of that is honing in on your skills, focusing on one part at a time and seeing each part through, right? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse here is like, saying that sometimes you may forget to do this. So make sure that you remember that these things do take time. And so in the time that it takes, that's where you're making intentional decisions about your energy and where you're directing it. Like I said, honing your craft, doing research, sitting down, focusing, taking things one step at a time, and not getting lost in the grand idea of things. Because it's important to have both of those perspectives. So sometimes because you get so inspired, it gets so exciting, and you're just ready to go into it, you may forget, like, oh, there's certain steps I need to take before it gets to here where I see it. Okay, Sagittarius? Yeah. Alrighty. So, that being said, let's get into some love things. I'm going to first start with the single and dating Sagittariuses. This is, of course, for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see here. Yeah, as I was doing the general reading, I just felt it felt like buzzing around my head. So I definitely understand, Sag. So let's see what's going on in love. For single and dating, Sagittarius. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. What's going on? Ooh, okay. What does Sagittarius need to be aware of in their relationships? Okay. Okay. So, single and dating Sages. First card that came out here was the King of Cups in reverse, followed by Justice. So, you might have Libra placements. You might be dealing with a Libra. I feel like my throat's kind of closing up. I feel like you guys are in this space where you're feeling a lot of things and you're not really sure the best way to deal with it. And sometimes it comes through in the way that you engage with people. And I feel like it's because you've been through something that has, hurt you, of course, right? You've been through something that has hurt you in a way where you are wanting to close yourself off to people, or even just not take things like seriously with people, because you might have felt like somebody treated you like you were disposable. And what you don't want to do is make somebody else feel that way, especially if you're not taking the time to deal with the pain that you're feeling. Yeah, my throat just keeps getting tighter and tighter. Feels like you guys want to cry. Somebody wants to cry. With justice here, I feel like, this is just the sign that whatever hurt that you experienced was not in vain, and things are going to work out for you, especially if you were moving in your best intention, and if you were making sure to be as fair and transparent and honest as you could have been, right? And of course, this could go for your ex as well. They could be feeling this, and you could have done this to them. Energy flows both ways that way. But yeah, my throat just keeps getting tight. Like there is a lump in my throat. Somebody is very hurt, and I'm very sorry. And I understand that, and I feel like as you allow yourself to actually deal with these feelings, because I'm a Sag moon, and I always say that like we take the pain to go, right? Like Sag is very good at compartmentalizing, but then we don't return to deal with the thing, right? So make sure you're taking that time to deal with these feelings and allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to be upset, allow yourself to be angry, sad. Get those feelings out on paper, get those feelings out through movement. Don't run away, right? Don't try to escape, because this is the work that you need to do so that you can release this pain and you don't have to hold it, right? Yeah, see, because at the bottom of the deck we have the 5 of Cups in reverse here. So you are going to come out of this sadness, this pain, but you have to let yourself feel it first. You don't want to inflict the same pain that was inflicted upon you, right? Don't fall into kind of this very lackadaisical, apathetic energy to where now you aren't seeing people as people, and like I said, you're inflicting pain because you are hurt, right? It doesn't last forever, especially when you release it. It is very difficult and uncomfortable in the moment, but you can get through that, and you can take these lessons that you're learning and apply them, right? Because you are wise. Sag. I feel for y'all though. I understand. I understand. So let's see what's going on for Saggies in a committed relationship. Okay. Let's see. What's going on for Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in a committed relationship? And this monogamous and polyamorous. My bad. Okay, let's see. Woo. Okay. Let's see if anything else wants to come up. Oh. Alrighty. Alright, so the first two cards that just kind of like popped up out at me were the Seven of Swords in reverse and then the Five of Wands. Seven of Swords in reverse. This comes up when something that appeared one way actually isn't one way, and you are seeing it. This could also be someone not being honest with you, trying to get over on you, and now it's backfiring because you saw it. It could also be like kind of even like catching someone in a lie, or just not necessarily believing what someone is saying to you. Because we have the Five of Wands right here after that. And as you can see, all five of these mermaids are on their defense. So it's creating some tension here, bringing up, conflict, maybe some trust issues, maybe commitment issues. I keep hearing commitment issues, and I don't want to play into that stereotype of Sagittarius not being able to settle down or whatever, because there's nuance to that. But I feel like maybe this is like a misunderstanding of what's happening. Maybe, like I said, maybe somebody isn't fully explaining or being honest about something that's going on, and it has somebody on the defense. That could be you, and it could be your partner. But we have the High Priestess right after that. So you could have Pisces placements. Your partner or partners could have Pisces placements. But the High Priestess, she sees the unseen, and this is very much about intuition. And my throat is closing up again. And if you feel like something isn't connecting properly, something just isn't making sense to you, and it's something that you feel, and it's just this kind of very sure feeling, right? Sit with that, and sometimes you have to allow for things to unfold, and other times you have to sit and listen to your intuition and take action. And the first part is sitting and listening to your intuition before you do something, right? Because being a mutable fire sign, Sag, you can be quick to act, and quick to switch and quick to move, and sometimes that's not the best plan of action. Sometimes the best thing to do is to sit and to allow yourself to just process things and see what comes up in your, like, as you feel through it, right? Not just thinking about it, but when you're thinking about it, what feelings are coming up, and listen to that. because something's going to be revealed here. If somebody was hiding it, it's going to come out. And, Neptune is also in retrograde in Pisces. Neptune is Pisces ruler. So there's definitely going to be an unveiling of lots of things. And at the bottom, we have strength in reverse. So it's something that will feel very much like, or not will, but it could potentially, be even more damaging or make you feel low. You don't like that low feeling. You don't like not feeling confident in yourself. You don't like, the uncomfortable feelings, and, no one really does, but it all affects us in different ways. And with you, Sag, like when you feel this way and it's like unsure and uncomfortable, and you want to do something about it, right? It makes you feel low when you can't do something about it, or when you're not really sure, and it makes you just want to jump ship, right? But the High Priestess is here to tell you to sit with your intuition, sit with your emotions, and then do something. Understand what's happening within you first, and then do something. Okay? Oh, Saggies. It's gonna be okay. This year has been pretty chaotic energetically, and there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now. Even though they're outer planets, it can still be felt. We'll see it definitely on a more global and societal level, but there are still some things that make their way through, So let's switch gears into career and finance. Let's see what's going on for Saggies in career and finance. What's going on for Sagittarius? Oh, I'll take those in career and finance. Okay, let's see if one more wants to come. Or, well, you know what? Then I'm also gonna ask, how can Sagittarius better their relationship with their finances? How can Sagittarius build a better relationship with their finances? Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have the King of Swords here. This ring light is so bright. Oh, gosh. Anyways, I just want you guys to see the illustrations because they're so cool. Anyways, the King of Swords here. I feel like, again, you are ready to get these ideas and these plans rolling. You want to discuss, you want to start putting the pieces together. You feel very sure and ready to act on them, right? You're ready to exchange ideas and get more knowledge, get more understanding, and things like that. But we have the Hermit right after that. So, I feel like I said, this also still requires you to take some time and consider, the moving parts. Consider your intentions and why you're doing this. Consider what it's going to do for you, not just on a material level, but, emotionally, physically, because you're, you have to do your career, whatever that is, whatever your interests are, like that does take a toll on the physical body as well. So consider all of those things, and again, the energy that you're putting into it and what that's going to take and what that looks like, right? Your opposite is Gemini. And so sometimes, curiosity can really be a driving force for why you're doing what you're doing. But part of that has to go deeper than just curiosity. And that's where, sometimes you can become overwhelmed with all the ideas that you have because everything is kind of piquing your interest and you want to explore all of these things. But it also takes real work to go through and get into these things in a real way. So take some time with yourself to understand your intentions, understand why you want to do what you're doing, why you want to invest your time, energy, and money into this thing, into this career, into this craft or trade, right? Because the way that you can better your relationship with your finances is understanding when to stop putting stuff on your plate, with the 10 of Swords in reverse here, right? When you can recognize when to say no, right? Having better work boundaries, having better spending habits, right? Like I said, because you're ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune. It's easy to be like, oh, well, I'll make that money back, or oh, you know what, I'm having a good time, like whatever. It's easy to overindulge. It's easy to say yes to everything when you're feeling so inspired by everything. So that you don't hurt your pocket, so that you don't make hasty investments or expend time and energy that you would have liked to expend in another way. Have better work boundaries, better money boundaries, and know when to say no, know when to say yes. Work on understanding why you want to do things, and that sit with yourself with those things. Don't jump at every opportunity, because not every opportunity you need to take, right? And that's really what this is saying here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. So, if you keep just kind of like going into things without taking some time to build a clearer picture of it, you're going to experience delays and setbacks, and, plans won't go as expected. And now, of course, that doesn't mean that plans can't not go expected when you do take the time to figure certain things out. But you will be more prepared to deal with those things when you have just a clearer picture and a clearer idea of your intention. Because even if you don't really know what to do, you'll be able to follow your intuition. You'll be able to reach out to your network and other resources that are available to you and roll with the punches, right? So yeah, take that time for yourself, Sagittarius. It's not to say that you can't get these ideas done, but they don't all have to be done at once. And your career, running a business, managing your money, that all requires a lot of understanding of what your habits are and what you're putting your energy and time and money into. Okie doke. So, lastly, let's get some advice from my Crystal Medicine Oracle deck. Any last advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I love these cards, but they are hard to shuffle. I do my best. Let's see. Okay. Any last advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Ooh, okay. Okay. So let's see. We have one card here. I love this. Freedom. Very much, again, Sagittarian. The totem here is the eagle. Also feeling Scorpio, because, you know, the 3 phases of Scorpio is Scorpion, Eagle, Phoenix. So you might have Scorpio placements too. Free yourself, right? Free yourself from poor habits. Free yourself from holding on to the things that are actually weighing you down. So, you know, loose ends, tie those, cut those. Do that. Don't keep going in and out of people's lives, and don't allow people to come in and out of your life as well. You know, that's how you free yourself. When you set better boundaries, you know, with your work, within relationships, within friendships, within your family, you know, that's how you free yourself from carrying, you know, burdens that don't belong to you, or from holding on to parts of you that are no longer in alignment with who you are now, right? Free yourself in that way. And the crystal here is blue barite. And you see it's just very beautiful, and it's blue, you know, throat chakra. My throat was tightening up halfway through this reading. Speak your truth for real. Speak what's honest and real for you. Say what's on your mind. Speak your emotions, and do so with tact. Okay? You know, the number here is 12, which breaks down to a 3. So communication, right? And also creativity, taking that time to understand like what you really connect with, and how to share that with people, and how to share that with yourself, and allow yourself to be free through what you create, right? Okay, Saggies, thank you for tuning in. I hope this resonates with you. Feel free to like and subscribe, share with the homies. My personal readings are open, so you can book with me if you'd like. And if you'd like to leave a tip, I will leave my info in the description box. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side.